It's a well-judged catch. He had dropped Hriday earlier, just after the break. This time round, he does not make a mistake. And what a big scalp. West Indies, desperately in search of a wicket, have made it and put the pressure back on Bangladesh.
Yeah, brilliant catch by Jayden Seales. Mind you, he's a big fast bowler running forward. Excellent by the big man. Straight away back of the length, being peppered by Romario Shepherd. And one thing that Bangladesh cannot afford to right now is to lose Tanzir Hassan. He's a settled man, got to bat through.
Indeed, and what Zakir Ali, the new batter, needs to do is just give him the support. Zakir Ali can be explosive as a batter. He's got this penchant of going outside the line of off stump, trying to target the onside. The West Indies, if they've done their homework, will be looking at that.
Off the mark, Zakir Ali. And he's something positive for the Bangladeshi fans. Last time when Zakir Ali played against West Indies in 2024 December, he scored 72, not out of 41 in a winning course, and scored 6 sixers and won the player of the match.
Well, he could do well. Maybe he might not win the player of the match, but he can do enough to make his team win the match, which is so important to level the series. Bangladesh, having lost the first one, they need to win this one to keep up the interest and till the last match. It's quite even Stevens at the moment, could go either way. Next 2 or 3 overs, very crucial.
Certainly the 12th man, the crowd is doing their job. It's up to Tanzir and the rest of the batters to get the job done for the home side. Slow ball. Oh, was that outside edge? But certainly the ball gripped.
I think he got an edge to it. I thought I heard a sound. A slower delivery, 117 clicks. There you see it again. Just rolling his fingers, slowed it down. Yeah, maybe a tickle, just dying in front of Shayub. Couldn't gauge the bounce on that.
Even the length, when you bowl the slow delivery, is going to be important. Another slow delivery. This is good stuff by Romario Shepherd. Bowling to his field.
And bowling so very intelligently. Not trying to zip the balls through. Started off around the 132 mark. Has slowed down the previous 2 deliveries. And the concentration on the angle. Look at that. Slow delivery, not so easy with the ball being a little wet to control. But he does it to a nicety.
It's all about the length. Not getting the batsman to eye up the mid-wicket, long on. Probably back of the length. Won't be surprised if the 3rd ball is going to be another slow delivery. It is. An excellent over. Just a single from the 13th. 86 for 3. Shamim, Rishad and Nasum at 6, 7, 8, and you got Tanzim Hassan Shaki, who batted well in the last game, to come at number 9. Still a lot of batting to come, but I just feel one of these players got to bat through. And in case tactically, Shamim, I'll be tempted if I'm in the dugout of the Bangladesh side. In case the required rate goes up to 10 runs, won't be a bad idea if a wicket falls. To get a player like Rishad Hussain, give him the license and make the maximum out of his good form, especially in the ODIs up in Mirpur, who are striking the ball so well.
Number 1 is, if a wicket falls, which Bangladesh does not want, they want to take this right to the end. And Zakir, having come back after the paltry run with the bat in the recent past, he wants to make an amends, redeem himself with the big innings here. And you're right. I think Shamim is slated to come in next, but the loss of confidence that he had from the previous game and playing a rash shot, maybe he'll have a better option with Rishad Hussain, who can really cloud the ball about. Played 2 brilliant cameos in the ODIs. I think he would be the one that should be brought in before Shamim.
Yeah, modern day thinking out of the box. These are the things, and not being scared of taking risk, especially with the World Cup It's just, what, 3 months away. I think whatever chances you got to take, it's got to be now. And give a license to a player like Rishad Hussain, who can strike the ball clearly. Shot, deep mid-wicket in place, and drops it. That was a sitter, and guess what? He's a settled batter being dropped. Tanzir Hasan Tamim gets the life.
Unbelievable, Ali Kathanesi. It's happened again. West Indies keep on dropping catches. Here's another one. Was short, was playing with the turn. Didn't manage to get enough on it. Didn't get the timing right. He had his heart in his mouth. How could you drop that? Easiest of dollies. Oh, that's going to come back and bite them.
Oh, beautifully bowled. Akil Hussain has been very, very unlucky into his third over. And crowd certainly letting know that their emotions about the dot deliveries. And when the bowler is bowling well, we just got to sometimes respect it. Tanzim dropped by Athanaze on 44. Will that come and haunt the West Indians pretty later on? Bowled again. Stumps to stumps on a good length.
Just feel for Akil Hussain. He manages to get the batters into spots of trouble, and then the fielders just let him down. So many easy catches dropped today.
A drop catch, couple of singles, and 3 dot deliveries from this over so far. And Akil Hussain finish with another good delivery. Change the field, short mid-wicket, comes to short fine leg. Trying to protect the short fine leg with the paddle sweep of Jafar Ali, who loves to operate the sweep shot. Beautifully done again. That's 4 dot deliveries from the 14th over. 88 for 3.
That's how it stands at the moment. Bangladesh bowlers doing well to restrict the West Indies to 149, their 20 overs. But it's a tough ask now. 88 for 3 with 6 more to go, requiring 10.33. Work to be done here by Bangladesh. Well, this is the Dutch Bangla Bank series. Dutch Bangla Bank is the first European joint venture bank in Bangladesh and a pioneer in the banking sector of Bangladesh in terms of customer trust and confidence through transparent and pure banking.
Yeah, Romero Shepherd going to bowl his third over. 6 bowlers being used. Shai Hope rotating his bowlers very well so far. Straight away, first ball, charging down. And Shepherd bowled excellent over in the last one. Just gave away a couple of runs and picked up a single. And drop catches are the ones that probably will haunt the West Indians later.
Yeah, you say catches drop, win matches, but drop catches lose matches, despite the fact they are in control. Look at the amount of times they've been given the opportunity. The last one, I think, was one of the easiest to gobble up and spare a thought for the bowler.
Shai Hope, spoke a lot about having so much pride in fielding. I think it's all about the moment. Drop catches, and any player in the world will go through a pace where they'll drop 1 or 2 catches. But having 4 catches drop in 14.1 overs in a team game, you want to win a series, not on. Oh, short fine leg evades him. The bounce attempted. And with 4 dot deliveries in the last over, this was on the cards. Jafar Ali trying to go for a big shot, gets the top edge for a boundary.
He was so very lucky. Jafar Ali twisting around, didn't go full swing. He stopped, just managed to get the toe end of the bat. And he must have had his heart in his mouth for a while. The bowler thought he had got his man. So lucky. Get 4 runs. Maybe this will get him started. He's been a little bogged down in getting the runs. Open up now, because he has that array of shots.
Yeah, the initial movement of Jafar Ali last ball, he was covering the off stump. That is to go big during leg side. Just like that. But the line will be outside the off stump for Shepherd. I'm sure the West Indians would have done their homework against Jakar Ali, who likes and prefers the leg side much more.
And he makes it too obvious. Even in the last delivery, he was shuffling across to the offside. And when the ball is outside the line of off, you're cramped for space. You really can't free your arms and play to the offside if you're always targeting the onside. So he'll have to improve that offside hitting more than anything else.
Looking at his, where the Tan says there, he's batting outside the yaw stump. Confirmation, covering the stumps. In the air, probably will be safe. Yeah. Sprinting in from mid-wicket, but always falling in no man's land.
Well, lucky chappy, that's what you're miss it. He really didn't time it. If it timed it, that would have gone down the throat of the fielder. Not that going down the throat of a fielder gets you catches these days for the West Indies.
The use of the slow ball in the last 1.4 overs by Romeo Shepherd is very, very impressive. I'm talking about the dew. Probably not. The other day on the first game, there was for a certain extent, but certainly that's something that Sheho will be happy that there's no dew. So the spinners and the fast bowlers can have a good grip, especially the fast bowlers when they bowl the slow ball into the pitch. A drier ball is something that they'll be craving for. Slower delivery and calls a wide, rightly so.
They're just trying to bowl a wide-ish kind of ball out of reach of Tanzid Hassan, but it's getting tougher for Bangladesh. 10.31 runs required from now on. And the next 5 overs, they've got to really turn it on. I think throw caution to the wind. No use dying wandering. You've got to try and upset the rhythm of the bowlers by charging after them. There is some batting like Rashad we know to come.
Shot. Mid-off in the circle. Right option by Tanzid. Over extra cover. And brings up a precious boundary. Over extra. And brings up the 50 as well. But Tanzid Hassan Tamim is 9th T20 50.
And what a time to come, and what a shot to get it. It looks so smooth as he went and met the ball and thumped it in that gap. He was in control of that shot. Nothing uncertain about it. It went very, very quickly. You need more of those.
A great shot. What a way to bring up his 50. He goes past Tamim Iqbal and Mahmudullah. And both of them have 8 half centuries in T20 International. Just behind Shakib Al Hasan on 13 half centuries. And Liton Kumar Das on 15. Certainly a player to watch out for the future, Shamim. I like him so much. When he's going a full song, one to watch out for, that's for sure. Plays it late, but finds a fielder at deep cow point. And brings up the 100 as well for Bangladesh after 15 overs.
Yeah, anybody's game from here on. Yes, Bangladesh have now posted 100 for 3, but there only have 5 more overs left. The question remains, have they left it a little bit too late to be a little bit more aggressive? Because there are 7 wickets in hand, and all eyes will be on Tanzid Hassan Tamim. The fans who've come in big numbers will be hoping and praying that he can take Bangladesh home and square the series. Again, down this wicket, and he smashes it. Square on the wicket on the offside for a lovely boundary. Good evening, Simon Badri.
Hello Arthur, hello everyone. Once again, a good start to the over 10s and over needed. So they need a few boundaries. And a wonderful cut for 4. There is protection deep, but he's found the gap to perfection. Yeah, that's the question. Have they left it a little bit too late? You mentioned the resources in hand, 7 wickets. A fairly straightforward chase, but you can never predict in this format how things can go. And you're right, they're desperate for a win to level the series. Still have a very good chance though.
Yeah, when you pick up a boundary of the very first delivery of an over, then you need to think about not hitting another boundary, but to ensure that you rotate the strike. You keep taking the singles, and if the ball goes in the deep, then you got to push on and try to convert those singles to doubles. 7 of 10, Zakir Ali. We've already heard from the previous commentators how good he has been against the West Indies, in West Indies last year. 35 from 28. It's wide, it's short. He hasn't been able to be a little bit more aggressive, especially on the offside. So it's important. That's what we've seen from the bowlers from West Indies. Keep him playing on the offside to keep him quiet.
Yeah, I was watching their approach in the last few overs or so, particularly through the middle and how they were going about it. And I was just thinking to myself, are they being proactive enough? Or are they leaving too much for the back end? Well, I suppose we'll find out in a few more minutes.
And I just feel that this game will once again be a cliffhanger. We've already seen a tied match in the ODI series. The 6 runs in this over. And it will define him in a very different way. Tanzil Hassan Tamim, if he can somehow manage to hang on and win this match for Bangladesh, that will not be called a wide.
Yeah, a couple back-to-back dot deliveries after they got 6 from the first 3. They're desperate for a big over, a 14-15 run over. Yeah, another half century for the Southpaw. He's been there since the inception, 3 4s and 3 6s. Can he take them over the line?
This might be called a wide. It is. Yes, that's the big question, isn't it, Samuel Badri? Member of the World Cup under-19 winning team, Tanzil Hassan Tamim, and that's where he has scored his run, square on the wicket, on the leg side and also on the offside. Yeah, even if you look at down the ground, 29% of runs have come in that direction. So he's very good off the back foot. Drives straight to the fielder. They needed a direct hit. He's done well. He's done really well, Jason Holder, after conceding a boundary of the first ball in this over. He only concedes 4 more. 108 for 3. From 24. Same numbers the other way around. 10.5 the required run rate. Yeah, direct hit would have been gone. Bangladesh will be very, very pleased to see that. Yeah, not him. He hasn't been at his best, but nearly picked up a vital wicket that had gone on to hit the stumps.
Yeah, at a similar stage, the West Indies were 125 for 6. Didn't have the explosive end to the inning, so they're in with a shout. Bangladesh 24 balls for 42 runs. Who would Shea Hope utilize in these final few overs? Well, Seals returns for his last over. 3 overs in succession in the power play. And that's how their innings has unfolded. Where is that 15-run, 20-run over coming from? Can it be this one?
Jaden Seals hasn't been able to pick up a wicket, but he was the one who picked up 3 in the last match. He's back in the attack to complete his full quota of 4 overs. Opened the bowling and he's produced most dots, 10 dots in his spell so far. If you don't manage to pick up a wicket, not a bad idea to bowl dot deliveries, which will also build up the pressure.
Yeah, looking at the bowling options, the Seals will finish here. Holder has 1 remaining, so he'll bowl 1 of the remaining overs. Shepherd has 1, he might bowl 1, but 1 over of the spinners.
And it's a combination of left hand, right hand. So who do you pick? There is an option of Roshan Chase, the right arm off spinner. Akhil Hussain, the left arm orthodox. And also Pierre, left arm orthodox. Who would you pick?
Yeah, not only who do you pick, but when do you bowl that over? Do you take that risk in the next over, or do you bowl a seamer and send that over a little bit further down? Ruston Chase isn't a bad option because of his ability to bowl those Yorkers. Play and a miss. Another wide signal, so back-to-back wides. Jaden Seals is surprised. He's asking if he moved across to the offside, if that wide line moves with him. Not in the opinion of the umpire. There's that early movement, and generally that wide line moves a little bit further to the offside with him. Not so adjudged. Yeah, Akhil Hussain is another option, skillful. So either of those two, in my mind, will bowl that final spin over.
They're not really timing it. It's important for Jacker Ali to realize that since he's not been timing the ball, do not miss out on a single to get back. Tanzir has an on strike. 38 from 22. Everybody on the edge of their seats. It's a very good crowd one more time. And Chattogram. Does he have it in him? Can he take his side home?
Yeah, it hasn't gotten too much support. Jaden Seals, though, has been the epitome of consistency. Look at the length and the conglomeration of deliveries. Not too many balls full. There's protection there again. Will be another couple of runs, but it's been a strange type of innings from Jacker Ali. We mentioned the last time that he played against the West Indies, he was at his explosive best, but now he's 9 from 12 at a critical juncture in the innings, brought in for this game, hoping to make an impact. Well, it's been an underwhelming one so far.
Well, you've got to give it to the West Indies bowler and the team management and analysis. They've done their homework. They're not presenting him opportunities to pick up boundaries, which has usually come on the onside. Again, making room, but this time straight to the short third. So clever from Jaden Seals.
Yeah, every single and every dot delivery just pushes things further away from Bangladesh. Have they botched this chase, they would have gone into the second innings full of confidence. exceptional job with the ball, restricting the West Indians. After a fine start, there was that dramatic collapse, and overall, exceptional stuff with the ball, but their batting, can they recover now and put all of those questions to rest?
Again, it's a swing and a miss. Again a dot. And the crowd getting a little bit edgy.
Yeah, well, they've been edgy for some time, but they're at their most vocal now. They've had enough of this play and miss, swing and miss from Jackie Raleigh. The skill of Jaden Seals, though, the slower balls. So he's feeling the heat. 9 from 13, 35 from 19. Yeah, they're desperate for something resembling a boundary.
It's bowled slow, almost huge delivery. Again, eyeing the onside, but he's bowled well. He's maintained that line and length just around outside the off stump. Only a couple of runs, 9 in that over. 117 for 3. They're climbing up at this stage. West Indies, 128 for 6. Bangladesh in terms of wickets and had 3 more. Runs a little bit behind, 117 for 3. There was a bit of a discussion in the middle. Who will be the bowler to bowl the 18th over? Whether it's going to be spin or they carry on with the seam. It looks like it's going to be seam. You okay with that, Samuel Badri?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. It's Shepherd, it's his final over. You take the risk and you bowl the spin now, and they get off to a few. It becomes easier in the final to in agreement with bowling the fast bowlers now, and perhaps keeping that spin over for the final one, maybe defending 15 or so if things go well. But that's something that the batters and Bangladesh need to consider. There's that one over that has to come. It's Shepherd though now.
Well, it's gone straight into the hands and taken. Well, certainly to continue with the Romario Shepherd has paid them a big prize here. Tanzir Hassan, the well-set Tanzir Hassan departs.
Yeah, we were asking if he can take them over the line. The answer is no. Good delivery, slower one across the left-hander. Field well set. There have been some drop catches throughout the night, but not this time. King holds on. Tanzir goes for 61, 117 for 4.
Yeah, like-for-like replacement, and there was an option for Rishad Hussain to come up the order. Tanzir, the left-hander, getting out, and in comes Shamim Hussain. Wicket of the very first delivery. And now he's picked up 2. A single's not going to win you the game. 32 from 16. Required run rate, exactly 12.
Yeah, the field set should have telegraphed the line that he was about to bowl. 2 fielders deep in that direction. Yeah, you can see them on screen there now. Brandon King don't want to complete the catch. So for the left-hander, he'll bowl those slower deliveries across with that field set. For the right-hander, he looked to stay outside off stump because Jackie Ali is so strong leg side. So he has a similar offside feel for the right-hander. So look for that wide line.
A short one into the pitch, into the body, and he's just going very, very aggressive without having any control whatsoever. He's been struggling with the timing, Jackie Ali.
Struggled with his strike rate as well. He hasn't gone past 100 in the innings. 30 from 15, 2 runs a ball.
It's in the gap, and it is a welcome boundary finally from the bat of Jackie Ali. And that too is on the offside.
Yes, Shea Hope just gesticulating to the other fielder on that side of the ball to run towards it. He felt as though he had a chance, but you're right, bisecting that field to perfection. They wouldn't mind it too much because that's where they want him to hit the ball. They don't want him to score boundaries leg side. Even he isn't pleased with the effort.
Straight back to the bowler. 26 from 13. They need some big hits here if they want to go and level the series. This game is going away from Bangladesh. Yeah, it's a good grab of his own bowling. 7 already in this over. Last ball. It's a short one, a wide one. And it's straight into the hand. So he picks up Jackie Ali. And his second wicket in this over for Romario Shepherd. So he finishes his spell with 3 for 29. They cannot believe it.
Yeah, the decision to go with Shepherd pays dividends again. He bookends the over with another wicket, one to start and one to end. Carry Pierce safe as houses. Agonizing innings comes to an end. 17 from 18. 1, 2, 4, 4, 5.
You know, what a good over that was from Romario Shepherd, picking up not 1 but 2. In comes Rishad Hussain. You've seen what he can do with the bat, the damage that he can do with the bat. But is this night is going to be his night? Jason Holder round the wicket to the left-hander. And he knocks him over with the beauty of a delivery. It's a peach. And he even makes his move.
Yeah, extends his lead as the highest wicket taker for West Indies in this format, Jason Holder. What a start. A peach of a delivery, full and straight. Bang on target. Off stump, goes for a walk. Wonderful delivery. At any stage of the innings, puts on his dancing shoes as well. West Indies in firm control now. Shamim goes for 124 for 6.
Of 27 in the last game. from Tanzim Hassan Shakib. But you got to give credit to West Indies. They bowled to a plan, and look at this delivery. It's a beauty. Youngster watching, that's how you bowl a Yorker in the death. And knocks the off stump out of the ground. He cannot believe it. Disappointment for the fans. But he's having his time in the middle with the ball. Jason Holder, the leading wicket taker, once again among the wickets. He's now got 2 for 15. 92 wickets right at the top. And he's also been very economical, Samuel Badri. He's only given away 15 runs.
He has been a wonderful performer for the West Indies over a number of years. This year, though, he's been at his absolute best in this format, both in terms of runs and the number of wickets he's taken. He's taken the most wickets this year for them. Yeah, slapped away. It should be at least a couple. Bangladesh should be very disappointed with this batting effort. In the power play, they looked a little bit unclear as to what they wanted to do. And then through the middle, it was a struggle. Yeah, the wicket of Jakir Ali, that's the area that he favors. Had to fetch it, and so couldn't time it well enough. Comfortable catch for Kari Peer.
Oh, again, in the block hole. 117 for 3 at one stage. They come back for the second. And then they lost 3 wickets in the space of 7 balls for 7 runs. So mini collapse. We spoke about the collapse of the West Indies team. That was a dramatic one. 117 at one stage for 3, and then 3 gone very, very quickly. Right, 22 from 8. He's pulled that straight to the field, and now Rishad gets an opportunity to face his very first delivery.
In the 19th over, with just 7 deliveries remaining. Can you believe it? Is it too much for him? And who's bowling that final over? And I'm thinking Akil Hussain, the left-hand orthodox. He has experience as well. Remember that super over in the ODI? So they might go with him.
Again, a dot. That has been an issue. He completes a full go of 4 overs. He's done wonderfully well with the ball. 2 for 20. Bangladesh 129 for 6. .21 from 6. Not impossible, but very difficult.
Not impossible, maybe improbable, but let's go. The boundary will be a nice start if you're a Bangladesh fan, a dot or a wicket if you're a West Indian fan.
They've just gone over the fielder. Couple of fielders in pursuit of the ball. So they'll pick up 2. 19 from 5. They need to find a boundary in this delivery. And Rishad Hussain is still at the non-striker's end.
Yeah, it really is the way it goes sometimes. What's his boundary option though? Akil Hussain might not give him too much space. and he'll bowl that ball outside off stump. Can he swat it in the extra cover region? Look at the turn there. It's a wide, but that's generally where he'll aim to go. He has 3 fielders backward of point on the offside, the extra cover quite straight. So he'll be asking Tanzim to hit in that direction. The other fielders in the deep, long on, long off. Deep backward square, deep mid wicket. Is he changing anything? Same field. Actually, there might be a change now. He's bringing in the deep backward square and using a deep backward point on the boundary. So even more evidence to suggest he's going wide outside the off stump.
Good timing. Oh, nearly. Looked like there was a hiccup, but he, in the end, he does well. Alec Athanase.
Almost ran past it. Recovered well, just a single. Discussions now between the batters, discussion between bowler and captain. Is he going with the same plan of action against Richard? 17 from 4.
Yeah, this will West Indies look like that they'll go and win this one, and it'll be a huge sigh of relief for them because they've only won 1 series out of the 8 bilateral series that they've played recently. They've only won 1 and lost 7. So this is going to be a great result. 17 and 4. Gone. Powell takes it. And it is Rishad Hussain who has to go.
And not only Rishad, a lot of the fans are exiting as well at the fall of that wicket. Smart again from Akil Hussain. The length, the line, and even the pace has to stretch, has to reach to end of the bat. And a rocket out. Another one falls. No impact tonight with the bat from Rishad. 133 for 7.
Nasu Ahmed bowled well. Then he was on a hat trick. He'll be disappointed because at that stage when they restricted West Indies to 149, he would and the rest of the bowlers would have hoped that we've done our job. It's up to the batters to go and win a match for Bangladesh. Hasn't happened. Darren Sammy will be very pleased to see what his troops have done, especially tonight. Not a big total to defend, and they've done it quite nicely. What has stood out for you, Samuel Badri, in this innings, the way they handled themselves in terms of the bowling department, because there was so much in pressure when they ended up on 149.
Yeah, this is the wicket of Rishad Hussain. I think the way they were flexible in their plans. They usually start the innings with Akil Hussain and spin. This time around, they saw the conditions and they went pace up early and were restrictive in the power play. And that to me was important. If you're defending a low total and the opposition team gets away in the power play, then it's difficult to come back. But the fast bowlers did an exceptional job, which is not something we see too often from the West Indians in that phase of the game. So that stood out on the entire bowling effort. Another wicket chopped on. That's a couple wickets in the over for Akil Hussain, and it's the end of the game. A comprehensive win for the West Indies and an unassailable 2-0 series lead. They finally represent and record a bilateral series win after some time. They were desperate for this type of result.